Pim, you've been working in a hospice with patients for the past 5 years or so in Leiden, in the Netherlands. You were recounting a very strong experience to me the other day.
Yes, I'd like to share that with you, the experience. It was one of our patients who came in, and he had an enormous tumor in his face, with the story with it that he was going to die. Horrendous. The tumor would push against his blood vessel and it would burst. It would spread all over the room. People who would be there would be scared or would have a trauma that was written down. And we would have all black towels everywhere to make sure that when it happened, we would be ready. We would have injections ready somewhere. So it was a death that I had never seen before. And this struck me with such a fear. And this fear really, it was part of my life. I couldn't enjoy life anymore. Every day or every moment I was looking at my agenda, when is my next shift? And I hope this guy is dead when my shift starts, because I thought I can't deal with this. This is too big. You have to be a nurse for 30 years to deal with this. I can't do this.
And this is the first time in your career as a hospice nurse that you felt this fear to such a degree that it took over your life.
To this degree, it was the first time. Yeah, even when I was in bed, I could feel the fears running up in my body. Mm-hmm. And I tried everything to deal with this, because I wanted to be different with him, but I couldn't. This fear was really taking over. And I was talking to other nurses about this. I was talking to the doctor. And then, there was one nurse who was 23 years old, and she had experienced this kind of death, and she was calm. So I knew there is a way. You can be quiet in this, you can be calm in this and still supporting a person. But I was there with the same fear in that. Then I was talking to friends about it, and one day I was going to an exhibition, and I said to a friend, I'm not joining because this fear is too strong, I can't enjoy it. And he said, can I do an exercise with you? I said, yes, please do, if it helps. I'd love to. So he asked me to describe the most worst case scenario. So I described it in all colors, and I was really in there. And he was quiet and he said, and this is going to happen. Oh. And then he said, can you accept that this is going to happen? And then something changed, and I could see that I was pushing all the time the fear that was running here. I was pushing it outside. This is not going to happen. I was doing all kind of exercise. This is not going to happen. And through this exercise, I made this gesture and I became calm. It is going to happen. I'm not pushing it away for not to happen. It is going to happen.
So in fact, you were accepting the reality.
I was accepting the reality, and that was the big shift. The big shift, and I could feel the trembling in my body was gone. I was present again. And we went off to the exhibition. But from this, it's not going to happen in my time, to yes, okay, it's going to happen. And I'm going to be there with him.
And as I understand it, it not only changed you inwardly, but then in turn affected your whole connection with the patient.
Definitely. And I was happy that he still lived a couple of more weeks. So we became closer and closer. And I touched him. I was his intermediary with a doctor and with other people. And we were very close.
So from an initial fear that came between you and the patient, there's a complete reversal, it sounds, with the acceptance of your internal state, your fear, that qualitatively changed your connection with the patient.
Yes.
So what's the learning for you out of this, Pim?
The learning is to acceptance, probably also accepting the worst case scenario, accepting that this is going to be, that this is happening and I am part of that, and not pushing it away. Not pushing it away, that's not going to be there. No, it is. Mm-hmm. Acceptance is key. And breathing into that.
Mm-hmm. And I think the common fear is that if we acknowledge our fears, certainly if we go to the extent of worst case scenario, we're going to be overwhelmed by them, we'll be much more afraid. That's the logical approach, but existentially, as I hear through your experience, when we acknowledge your fears there, put it on the table, as you did, it actually evaporates through that acknowledgement and acceptance.
It evaporates. So it became stronger and stronger, and by accepting it, it evaporates. Evaporated. Right.
Fantastic. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you.